Frodo lay half in a dream, imagining that endless dark wings were sweeping by above him, and that on the wings rode pursuers that sought him in all the halls of the hill. The morning dawned bright and fair, the air was clean, and the light pale and clear in a rain-washed sky. Their hearts were encouraged, but they longed for the sun to warm their cold, stiff limbs. As soon as it was light, Strider took Merry with him, and went to survey the country by the height to the east of the pass. The sun had risen and was shining brightly when he returned with more comforting news. They were now going more or less in the right direction. They went on down the further side of the ridge. They would have the mountains on their left. Some way ahead, Strider had caught a glimpse. 2 more pages here, guys. A glimpse of the loud water again, and he knew that, though it was hidden from view, the road to the ford was not far from the river and lay on the side nearest to them. "We must make for the road again," he said. "We cannot hope to find a path through these hills. Whatever danger may beset it, the road is our only way to the ford." As soon as they had eaten, they set out again. They climbed slowly down the southern side of the ridge, but the way was much easier than they had expected. For the slope was far less steep on his side, and before long Frodo was able to ride again. Bill Ferny's poor old pony was developing an unexpected talent for picking out a path, and for sparing its rider as many jolts as possible. The spirits of the party rose. Even Frodo felt better in the morning light, but every now and again a mist seemed to obscure his sight, and he passed his hands over his eyes. Pippin was a little ahead of the others. Suddenly he turned around and called to them. "There is a path here," he cried. When they came up with him, they saw that he had made no mistake. There were clearly the beginnings of a path that climbed with many windings out of the woods below and faded away on the hilltop behind. In places it was now faint and overgrown, or choked with fallen stones and trees, but at one time it seemed to have been much used. It was a path made by strong arms and heavy feet. Here and there old trees had been cut or broken down, and large rocks cloven or heaved aside to make a way. They followed the track for some while, for it offered much the easiest way down, but they went cautiously, and their anxiety increased as they came into the dark woods, and the path grew plainer and broader. Suddenly coming out of a belt of fir trees, it ran steeply down a slope, and turned sharply to the left corner, the corner of a rocky shoulder of the hill. One more page here, guys, I am done. See, right, and tomorrow I'll read 6 pages so I can finish the read-along faster, right? When they came to the corner, they looked around and saw that the path ran over a level strip under the face of a low cliff. So this chapter is just what? It's just J.R.R. Tolkien describing Frodo and their journey to the ford. Obviously, and they meet Rivendell. He describes the landscape, all that stuff. And Strider gives a little history about the trolls and all that stuff. Like, this is troll country, you know what I'm saying? All that stuff, right? When they came to the corner, they looked around and saw that the path ran over on a level strip under the face of a low cliff, overhung with trees. In the stony wall, there was a door hanging crookedly, ajar upon one great hinge. Outside the door, they all halted. There was a cave or rock chamber behind, but in the gloom inside, nothing could be seen. Strider, Sam, and Merry, pushing with all their strength, mashed the open door a little wider, and then Strider and Merry went in. They did not go far, for on the floor they lay many old bones, and nothing else was to be seen near the entrance, except some great empty jars and broken pots. "Surely this is a troll hole, if ever there was one," said Pippin. "Come out, you two, and let us get away. Now we know who made the path, and we had better off it quick." "There is no need, I think," said Strider. "Coming out, it is certainly a troll hole, but it seems to have been long forsaken. I don't think we need to be afraid. Let us go down, verily, and we shall see." The path went on again from the door and turned to the right again across a level space, plunged down a thick wooden slope. Pippin, not liking to show Strider that he was still afraid, went on ahead with Merry, and Sam and Strider came behind, one on each side of Frodo's pony, for the path was now broad enough for 4 or 5 hobbits to walk abreast. They had not gone very far before Pippin came running back, followed by Merry. They both looked terrified. "There are trolls," Pippin panted, "down in a clearing in the woods not far below. We got a sight of them through the tree trunks. They are very large." So Frodo and them spot trolls, obviously. This is not in the movie, obviously, right? I told you, the movie is very different from the book, obviously. "We'll come back and look at them," said Strider, picking up a stick. Frodo said nothing, but Sam looked scared. The sun was now high, and it shone down through the half-stripped branches and trees, and it lit the clearing with bright patches of light. They halted suddenly on the edge and peered through the tree trunks, holding their breath. I'm on page 269. I could read 6 pages. Should I read 6 pages, guys? I can get it over with faster. Read 6 pages. That way I finish faster. You know what I'm saying? I'll just stop it here. I'm on page 269, and tomorrow I'll read 6 pages. That way I can finish. I'll read like six pages. That way I can finish. In 3 days I'll finish my Lord of the Rings read-along. Obviously. So I read you Lord of the Rings fans. You guys are Lord of the Rings fans. You guys are obviously happy. I guarantee you everyone on Lord of the Rings fan Reddit, they're all happy. Oh my god, Ivan's reading us Lord of the Rings. Yeah. That's so crazy. And once I finish book 1, you guys will be like, oh my god, Ivan actually read all of book 1. Yes, I read all of book 1. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I read all of book 1. You know what I'm saying? You guys are all like, oh my god, Ivan. Thank you. Yeah, you're welcome, guys. I read you all book 1, and you guys are obviously happy. You might hear some noise because my stepbrother is talking on the phone, obviously. So you might hear some noise. If you hear the noise, you gotta excuse. I have no choice to make videos during the day, because at nighttime there's people sleeping upstairs, and if I make a video, I'll make too much noise, obviously. Right. But yeah, man, going back to my final announcement, once I make that final announcement, world, I am done. I'm not making more videos. For you guys to the future, you know I'm not going to do like that. You chose to touch my wife. You chose to cause mess in my life. When I would never do that to you. I would never go behind someone's back and bang their wife or bang their girlfriend, because it's an evil thing to do. I know, think about this. I know I can get any woman in the world I want, and you don't see me going out there banging people's girlfriends or wives' wife. It's an evil thing to do, man. The fact that all you Hollywood assholes did this to me, you went behind my back and you banged my wife, you touched my wife, you got your trashy sex, you got your bullshit sex, obviously. The fact that you went behind my back and did that, it shows how wicked and evil you really are. And that's one reason why I don't want to be part of the Hollywood system, because I told you the Hollywood system is a wicked system. There's no such thing as morality in Hollywood. Hollywood's a fucked up system, obviously. And that's why a lot of relationships don't last well in Hollywood, because the whole system is fucked up, obviously. You're a dirty slave. You want to keep the money in, you're a dirty slave. You know what I'm saying? It's a fucked up system. The fact that the mess happened, and all those guys went out to my wife, that's how you know Hollywood's a wicked system. It's a fucked up system. And I want nothing to do with that system, obviously. And that's why I don't want to be a part of the Hollywood system. I want to start my own entertainment company independent of the Hollywood system. And once I find out how wicked you guys really are, where you trap this virgin man who's never been in a relationship. Well, I keep saying this, man. I'm a 29-year-old virgin. I have never been in a relationship. I've never even made out with a girl. I've never been in a relationship. And where you guys all had your makeout sessions and trashy sex with your girlfriends and boyfriends and husbands and wives. I never had any of that. And all of a sudden, when I have a plan for making money for myself, you trap this virgin man with sharing your death, because you guys are crazy fucking people. If you want to be in a relationship, you have to die for it, or you have to share with all of us, because you guys are crazy psychopaths. You don't see your evil. You're blinded by your envy. After causing that mess, you still want me here to share, because you guys are crazy psychopaths. You're nothing but a mess and wet, man. You're crazy, crazy people, man. Crazy, crazy people, man. And I'm not going to do that. I'm choosing death. And I'm saving my wife, and I'm taking my wife, and I'm peacing the fuck out there after this. And I told you, once I find out how rich my family is, you guys know what I'm talking about, man. When you watch this video, you know what I'm talking about. VJ's family, you know what I'm talking about. Me and VJ will find out how powerful and rich they really are as I set the whole thing up. Whereas me and VJ are going to be so shocked by their wealth, man. We're going to be like, holy shit, man. These guys own Hollywood. They're billionaires. You know what I'm saying? All I know, I see my stepbrothers pulling up in their nice cars, their nice clothes. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee you, behind the scenes, while I'm not looking, they probably stay at their nice condos and all that stuff. And then when they come, you know what I'm saying, they live the life behind the scenes. And then the moment they come home, they act like they're poor people, because they're fucking crazy psychopaths, obviously. Yeah, we're fucking crazy psychopaths. Yeah, your psychopathic behavior, yeah. Behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? You stay in your nice condo when I'm not looking. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, you go, you bang my wife. And then when you come home, you act like you're poor, and you act like these are my wife, because you guys are what? You're crazy psychopaths, obviously. And then people make fun of me because of my mental illness. You guys are 10 times crazier than me, man. You're fucking crazy psychopaths, man. You're nothing but a mess of women. You know, we're a mess. Yeah, you're a mess. You guys are crazy psychopaths. You're willing to do anything just to prevent my relationship from happening, obviously. Because you're crazy people, man. You act like V's not my wife when you know she's my wife. Because you're crazy, and then you behind the scenes you go and bang her. Because the fact that you're banging her behind the scenes, you obviously know she's my wife. You're doing this because you're envious of my relationship. And when you come home, you act like VJ's not my wife, because you're crazy psychopaths, man. You're fucking crazy people, man. Yeah, man. And that's why once I find out how rich they are, you know what I'm saying? And the moment the step family acknowledges that I have a wife, I'm gonna ask them, hey, I mean, wait a minute, how come before you said that, oh, a wife, you think you're married to a celebrity and all that stuff, and now when your true nature comes out, you finally acknowledge that she's my wife, and it's like, shut you up for good, obviously, yeah, fucking crazy people. And I'm gonna have that flashback of my life when I lived in that apartment, man. All my so-called friends who I knew in my life, I'm gonna have that flashback of my life. Oh my God, these guys all knew my family were rich, but they were the gatekeepers. You know what I'm saying? They all knew what? They all knew, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have a flashback when I lived in that shitty apartment hall, that family that used to come over for Christmas. And we used to come over to their house for Christmas. They come over to our house for Christmas. You guys know who you are. You guys remember me, obviously. Oh my God, that family knew my family were the gatekeepers. They knew I had a wife. They knew I was God. And they knew the doors were locked on me. They knew I was sorry for my wife. You know what I'm saying? They kept that from me. Yeah, man. Because you guys are all part of the plot protection when you're all wicked people, obviously. Hence, I'm going to what? I'm going to be so shocked, obviously. Hence why I set everything up where I and Vijay are guaranteed going to piece out. Yeah, it's also going to hit me. Oh my God, my step parents hid their wealth from me for 30 years, which means they left me out of their lavish life for 30 years, obviously. As behind the scenes, the step families obviously go to their nice condos and stuff. They probably go to their nice condos. I'm saying they're nice. They probably own multiple. The step families probably own multiple hotels around the world. They probably, if they're worth close to $1 trillion, they probably own multiple hotels around the world, multiple condos, multiple houses. They're fucking loaded, man. Vijay, your family and my family, they probably own multiple hotels, multiple mansions to themselves, multiple jets. They're fucking rich, man. They're fucking the gatekeepers. I'm going to be so shocked. It's like, okay, so this whole time you're this rich and you have me poor working minimum wage. Honestly, I'm going to be so shocked. I'm going to have that feeling of like holy shit, man, like I got played, man. I got played. I'm going to have that shitty feeling, yeah. But here's the catch, though. Just like they left me out of their lavish life for 30 years, you kept me, so you won't let me be a part of your rich life because you hate me so much. You won't let Vijay be a part of your rich life because you hate Vijay so much. Once me and Vijay are king and queen, we're billionaires, and now we're living the life with our nice private jet, owning our nice private jet, our nice skyscraper company, the glory, our nice country car. The Sapphires are left out of that too. Yeah, I set the whole thing up. It's to get what they deserve, obviously. And so I set everything up where Ivan and Vijay are guaranteed going to peace out. Guaranteed going to peace out. See what I'm saying here? Right. Going back to the symbolism in movies. After this, I'll talk more about skyscrapers. Going back to the symbolism in movies. Okay. The Matrix has a lot of symbolism to my life. Neo, right? Thomas Anderson, right? Thomas Anderson, obviously. He lived in the dream world, obviously. And then Morpheus, he takes the red pill and he wakes up and he finally realizes in the real world. And he finds it later on he is the one, obviously. But he doesn't become the one until he dies, obviously. He becomes the one, he gets his powers and all that stuff. The agents represent the gatekeepers of the Matrix. That's why nobody can take the agents, except for Neo. The reason why Neo can take the agents, because Neo is the one. Neo has the anomaly code. He can hack. Neo can hack into the Matrix very well. He's like a hacker, right? He's like the one. He can hack very well into the Matrix. That's why he can bend the rules and the laws. Hence why he's able to what? He's able to beat the agents, obviously. The agents represent the gatekeepers. Nobody can take the agents, obviously. Remember, Morpheus like they are the gatekeepers. Someone doesn't have to fight them, obviously. The reason, in other words, no one around this world can take the gatekeepers because no one has their own keys. Everyone around this world, in order for the door to be open, they have to sell to a gatekeeper. All the Hollywood celebrities have to sell to a gatekeeper in order for the gatekeeper to open the doors for them. Whereas me, I have my own keys. In other words, I'm like a hacker pretty much. Even though the doors are locked on me and I have Sister Travelers in my channel, because I have the keys, I'm like a hacker. My mind's like a hacking machine. I upload a video and everyone in our world's aware I have a Wi-Fi. My mind's like a Wi-Fi because I have the keys. Obviously, I can open my own door. See what I'm saying here? And Trinity is the love of Neo's life, destined to love Neo. Symbolism of Vijay, obviously. Vijay is what? My wife, obviously, destined to love me, obviously. See what I'm saying here? That's the symbolism of the Matrix. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that. Yeah, man. The Matrix, you know what I'm saying? Neo lived in the dream world just like I lived in the dream world. I believed in Jesus for my whole life. For 26 years, For 24 years, I believed in, for 22 years, I believed in Jesus. I believed Jesus was the Son of God. I believed that he created the universe. I believed in angels and demons. I didn't know about X. I thought everyone around the world was healthy. You know what I'm saying? Then later on, I found, oh, wait a minute. I'm the only one around the world who's healthy. Everyone around the world has STDs. They're all X, obviously. I'm holy. You know, Ivan, the world that you believe in was fantasy. Everyone in the world has STDs. They're all trash. You're the only one around the world. You and Vijay are the only ones who are holier in the world, obviously. Because you're from the sky, obviously. And Jesus is a fantasy made-up figure in the Bible. There's no angels. There's no Satan. You know what I'm saying? There's no disciples in heaven. No. Once you die, that's it. There's no one goes to heaven. No one goes to hell. The symbolism of hell is people not seeing me have sex, obviously. I figured out, oh my God, the world I believed in was a fantasy world. Yeah. Obviously. Whereas the real world is what? Ivan O'Mary is the son of God. Vijay is his wife, the spirit of God. And the gatekeepers are the symbolism of Satan. And the symbolism of the end times is that when Ivan and Vijay are king and queen, it's the end. And the symbolism of being left behind is not what's in the Bible. No, it's symbolism of Ivan and Vijay being king and queen. The whole world's left behind. Yeah. I got duped, obviously. And I eventually woke up and I found, oh my God, this is the real world. What the world that I believed in was a fantasy world. There is no Jesus. There is no devil. No. The what? The world that I believe in is what? The real world is Ivan's the son of God. Vijay is his wife. X. Everyone has STDs. Ivan's holy. The stepfather's a gatekeeper. The symbols of the devil. Yeah. That's the real world, obviously. And when Agent Smith kills Neo resurrects him, comes back to life. He resurrects back to life, obviously, and he becomes the one. Symbolism of me. And once Neo comes back to life, he can fly. He has powers. You know what I'm saying? And just like when I come back to life, I come back a new man, a glowing beauty. You know what I'm saying? Me and Vijay are billionaires. We're rich. You know what I'm saying? We're living a life now. King, queen, and the glory, obviously. And me and Vijay start that big Skyrim entertainment company. And me and her are what? Me and her are movie stars now. Big, famous movie stars. Bigger movie stars than even all these Hollywood celebrities. As me and Vijay are going to sign the biggest movie contract ever. Biggest movie contract ever. Obviously. Looking at if you think these Hollywood actors are rich, have signed, like, if you think these Hollywood actors sign big contracts in Hollywood, me and Vijay are going to sign a massive contract with Amazon. Biggest movie contract ever made. As me and Vijay are going to make like before I said 4 billion, no, probably like 3.2 billion off the movie and posters. 3.2, you know what I'm saying? 3.3 billion, 3.4 billion off the movies and posters. Amazon made like 2.5, 2.6 billion off the movies and posters. I don't know, so you know what I'm saying? As me and Vijay are going to sign a massive contract with Amazon. That's why Vijay will be so cocky. Hey, look at me. I signed a huge contract with Amazon with Ivan. That's why Vijay will be so cocky. You know what I'm saying? We're going to sign a huge deal with Amazon. And that's why all the big actors are going to want a piece of that pie. Because they know, yeah, we know I and Vijay signed that big deal with Amazon. We want a piece of that pie. Well, they're not getting a piece of the pie. It's not worth it, obviously. And that's why what? Yeah, man. The symbolism of these vampire movies, like Twilight, for example. Right? Edward has what? Whenever Edward goes to the sun, you see his glowing eyes and his glowing skin. Symbolism of that is obviously me and Vijay with glowing beauty. We're gonna have the glowing eyes and glowing skin, obviously. That's symbolism of me and Vijay with glowing beauty. And Edward has been 17 for 100-some years. That's where they get the symbolism of the vampires in all these movies and television shows. The symbolism of me and Vijay. Me and Vijay are gonna be young forever with the glowing beauty. 180 years from now, me and Vijay will be 29. Will remain 29, 30 years old. Everyone will be like, holy shit, Ivan and Vijay haven't aged a day. They haven't aged a day. Yeah, man. Ivan and Vijay have not aged a day. Because me and Vijay are God. We are timeless beings. And we're going to live forever in this world. Whereas you guys are all going to die in 80 years from now. There's a good chance in 30 years from now, I'm going to come back to Elmer in Ottawa. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna do a thing. Hey, VJ, I want to come back to Elmer in Ottawa. I want to come back to Elmer in 30 years from now to see how much Elmer has changed. You know what I'm saying? And when I come back to Ottawa in 30 years from now, all the people who I knew in Darcy will all be like 6 years old. They're all gonna have good chance they'll have grandkids by then. You know what I'm saying? And I come to Elmer. I drive by this house. Like, holy shit! I lived in this like 30 years ago. I lived in this house. You know what I'm saying? Like 50 years ago, I moved into this house or whatever it is. So I was like, holy shit. And yeah, I don't know, if I go to Elmer and I see people, I'm gonna be like, holy shit, I didn't reach to have an age of day. Yeah, I didn't reach to have an age of day, as me and Vijay are gonna be young forever with the glowing beauty. Whereas you guys are all gonna age, man. That's why I set the whole thing up in genius, obviously. Either you see my glory forever and you're saved, and you're part of the experience, and you never know what's like about that sex if you want to call that a price, because we turn you on and you want to call that a price. I told you, there's many people in the world who turn me on the outside. I love doing that. And yet, I don't know, I'll never know what's about sex, I don't give a shit. Unless I even have seen my sex, you're crazy people, man. You're nothing but a messing with me, man. Yeah. Yeah. Or you see our bullshit sex, you cause a mess in my life, you kill Ivan to be his wife. Ivan cries his hair years. Now when you keep Ivan behind and you don't talk with the public eye. Now when Ivan your king queen, you're left behind, you're not saved, obviously. And you made your choice. You chose to see our bullshit sex, cause mess in our lives, and now be left behind over than seeing our amazing glory in Hollywood. Not causing mess in our lives, not touching us, obviously, and never knows about sex, and you chose to laugh at it. You guys are crazy people, man. But once I peace on my wife, you guys will regret your decision. You're going to be like, oh my God. Where do you think they get in the Bible? In other words, in the Bible, when the wicked are thrown into hell and they're separated from God's presence, His glory, obviously, and they're not saved in heaven, obviously, they beg for forgiveness. Lord, please forgive me. I'll do anything just to serve you. You know what I'm saying? In other words, once I peace out and you guys see my glory, you guys are going to beg for forgiveness. You're like, oh my God, Ivan, please forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I wish we made the other choice. Forgive me, Ivan. You know what I'm saying? But it's too late. This judgment of God is set upon the world. You can't take back what you did, man. You caused mess in my life, hence the judgment of God is set upon the world. I'm not going to do it like that, man. You can't have your full cake. You don't want to talk about me in the public eye. You want to keep me behind the scenes. Hence, when I read your king queen, you're left behind and you're not saved, obviously. Hence, I set the whole thing up. I'm a genius. You want to be selfish and keep Ivan behind the scenes because you can't see him have sex. You want to be selfish like that. When I read your king queen, you're left behind. You're not saved. You're not part of the experience. Hence, I set the whole thing up. Obviously, I'm a genius. Yeah. See what I'm saying here? Yeah. And you guys better, I'm not kidding around, you guys better enjoy these videos while you still can. As once I make that final announcement, I am done. I'm not making more videos for that. I'm gonna keep saying that. You guys know I'm done, as I'm gonna give it 2 days. I'm gonna let my stepfather know that my book, and your true nature will show. Once your true nature shows, I'm going to cry my eyes out, and I'm going to get this video over with. I come from death, I see my wife, and I'm taking my wife, and I'm peace of God with this. Because I'm not going to do like that, obviously. See what I'm saying? And yeah. And now I'm going to keep saying this. I'm going to stay true for my final announcement. I now understand why everyone in my life, even my family kept putting me down. So think about my family, my stepfamily, they're the gatekeepers. They have billions of money, and even they're envious of me too. They're envious of my wealth, and they're also envious of my relationship too, obviously. Because me and my wife are that special, obviously. Stepfamilies kept me poor because they're envious of my wealth. We don't want Ivan being rich. So we don't want this handsome man Ivan and attractive VG being rich like us. Because they're envious, obviously. They're envious of our wealth, obviously. Because technically speaking, even though the gatekeepers are fucking loaded, me and my wife are obviously richer than them, obviously, because we have the keys. You see what I'm saying? We're obviously richer than them. Even though the money that I make from my Zane's book sales is a lot of money, I still won't be as rich as the gatekeepers, obviously. My point is I am richer than them. I'm still richer than them because I have the keys. You see what I'm saying here? Yeah. And I know why. Now I know why all my so-called friends in my life, you guys don't know who you are, why they all treat me like shit. Because of their envy. They're all, yeah, we're all normal people. We're all gonna make, we're all gonna make $50,000, $40,000, $60,000 a year. We're all gonna be dating above average, pretty hot looking one. Whereas Ivan has a smoking hot VJ. Him and VJ are gonna be young forever. They're gonna be living forever in this world. I don't know. We're not gonna know what the world's gonna look like in 2100. Whereas Ivan and VJ are gonna know what the world's gonna look like in 2100. Yeah. All you guys in Darcy, you guys know who you are. Around 2070, 2080 around, you guys will all be very old. You guys are gonna die around that time. In 2070, 2080s around, you guys will be in your 70, 80, 90s around there. Obviously. And a lot of you guys will be dying around that time. Whereas Ivan and Regis will know what the world will look like in 2100, obviously. As I set the whole thing up, obviously. Hence why everyone in my life, that heritage teacher, you know who you are. I know why he treated me like shit, because of his envy, obviously. Ivan makes his easy billions, whereas we're all making like $100,000 a year, and Ivan makes his easy billions. You know what I'm saying? Because Ivan's the son of God. Yeah, Ivan's not normal. Ivan's the son of God. He can make his easy billions, whereas we can't make our easy billions. We can't even make. It's tough enough to make $1 million a year. Ivan American make his easy billions. Yet people, it's tough for a normal person to even be a millionaire. Whereas Ivan makes his easy billions. Ivan has the keys and he's special. That's why everyone's treating me like shit. And I'm like, yeah, man, because I'm special. I'm the son of God, obviously. I can make my easy billions. All I have to do is write a book. He can make his easy billions. Whereas he has the keys. Whereas none of us can do that. All of us struggle to even make $100,000 a year. Ivan can make his easy billions. Yeah, that's why. And he's gonna be richer than all these celebrities. Yeah, man. That's why everyone in my life treat me like shit. Yeah, man. And all those people who used to brag. You know who you are. He used to brag how rich this guy was, how rich this owner was. I'm saying at the gas station, how rich this guy was, how rich this woman was. How rich their grandparents were, how rich their cousins were. All those guys used to brag about how rich all these people were. I shut them up for good. I am going to be richer than all these guys by a milestone. As all their wealth is pocket change compared to my wealth. As I shut those guys. You know, I shut you. Yes, I shut you up for good. As all those people used to brag about how rich all these guys were. The whole time you guys knew I was the son of God. You knew I had the keys. You knew I'm richer than all these guys by a milestone. Richer than all these guys by a milestone, man. As I shut those guys up for good, man. Yeah. Now let me talk about SkySource. The remaining, I don't know, hour and like 4 minutes left I have, I'll talk about SkySource. Right? So once me and VJ go to Vancouver, I'm going to skip the part when I'm in Los Angeles. I think you guys get the picture. Once me and VJ go to Vancouver, we're going to immediately book that suite in the hotel, obviously. We'll book it a week at a time. I don't want to book it for 2 months. No, we'll book it a week at a time. A week at a time, obviously, because I don't know exactly how long I'm going to be staying in that hotel. It might perhaps be even 2.5 months. I don't know. With George Lewis, we'll see. Around 2 months, looking at around 2 months, obviously. As planning SkySource is a lot of work. Like hiring the lawyers to trademark our name, all that stuff. It's a lot of work, obviously. So once me and VJ settle in Vancouver, move to Vancouver, obviously, we will settle in that suite. Obviously. Book it a week at a time, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make an appointment at Scotiabank for a debit card and Visa. Hey, this is Ivan the Mayor. I call the Scotiabank branch. Even though I'm with Scotiabank, when I move to Vancouver, I'm going to have to register with a different branch. Obviously, because I now live in Vancouver. I no longer live in Elmer. So I'm going to have to register with a different branch, obviously. Hey, this is Ivan the Mayor. You know what I'm saying? I want to make an appointment to register for a debit card and Visa. Okay. You know what I'm saying? My wife is American. She also wants to get her debit card and Visa. And then we go to Scotiabank and we register for a debit card and Visa. It'll be easier for me because I'm Canadian, obviously, and I'm already registered with Scotiabank. Whereas VJ, because she's American, she's gonna have to sign some papers, show them her ID, obviously. She's gonna have to show them some ID, obviously. Proof that she's American, like her passport, her driver's license, all that stuff. Obviously, her birth certificate. She's gonna VJ. Hence, when VJ meets me, she's gonna have to bring all her IDs with her. Her passport, you know what I'm saying, her driver license card, her social insurance, all that stuff. She has to bring all that with her. Obviously, her birth certificate, all that stuff, right? So I want to get the documents over with first. Hence why I'm gonna hire someone to help me with all that. Pay him a nice $300, have him take care of all the documents for VJ. Our driver's license, being legally able to work in Canada Post, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Well, me and VJ will register with Canada Post once we build a condo. So once we build a condo, me and VJ are going to have to immediately register with Canada Post. That way we can get mail in the condo. Mail in the condo, obviously. If you want to get mail in the condo, you have to register with Canada Post. Obviously, right? Yeah, so we booked that nice suite. And the first thing we're going to do, VJ's going to be like, you're going to share that. And I'm saying, yeah, relax, don't worry, VJ. I'm going to call Scotiabank and I'm going to register for a Scotiabank debit card Visa. We go to Scotiabank, we register for a Scotiabank debit card and Visa. VJ, because she's American, she's going to have to pay some fee for it. Some foreign fee for it. Oh, yeah, we'll allow VJ to get the card, but because she's not a Canadian, she has to pay a fee for it. Yeah, she's going to have to pay, like, I don't know, $3,000 on a pricey fee. But if you're a billionaire, it's pocket change. Obviously. And once VJ gets that card, she's going to be like, oh my God, Ivan, look at all this money that we have. Hey, Ivan, let's go to this clothing store. Let's buy these shoes. Let's buy these clothes. I'm like, sure, we just go to this clothing store. And me and VJ can hire a driver. We can hire a limo company. We can either hire a limo company or we can hire a driver. Limo company is, you know what I'm saying, hey, Vijay, we can hire a limo service to take us around. Whenever me and Vijay want to go to a place, we can just hire a driver, a limo company to take us around all these places. Like when me and Vijay go to these countries, me and Vijay, when we want to go to restaurants, we'll hire drivers to drive us around the country. Call a top-notch driving service company, drive us around the country to the events, the restaurants, all. So easy afford it for a billionaire. Because we're going to be famous celebrities, obviously. You know what I'm saying? And me and Vijay are going to go on a huge clothes shopping spree. We're going to get nice clothes, nice shoes, nice toques, nice shades, nice purse, you know what I'm saying? We're going to get a lot of nice. I'm going to show my camera for a second.